straight across. So I should be able to just carry this line here straight up here. Something like that. This top reveal is about the same thing as the bottom. There's about 3/16 between the checking and the edge of the metal, and then it's just a sweep, just a gradual sweep that meets this crease right down here. It just parallels that crease. So we start in the crease, give enough room for a double border, and just put your finger on that edge right there and just trace that thing around. But it's got to end up at 3/16 from that cut, from that edge. Something like that. And then there's this triple bordered line that goes around this thing, and it parallels the bottom edge of this ebony. That's going to get really crowded down in that point. Really, really tight. Okay, this one can be mimicked by just following this edge. This one on top, I may be able to just mimic that as well by following the edge. Just all I gotta do is just connect them in the middle. Something like that. The next thing that I got to determine off of this pattern is the angle of this V, and I think it's 3:1. If it's not, it's probably fixing to be, because that's what I usually use, 3:1. Yep, it's 3:1. What that means is the diamonds, the proportion of the diamonds, they're 3 times as long as they are wide, which makes this master line and this master line the same thing. It's the same angle, 3:1. I'm just going to extend that master line, continue it from here all the way down to this back edge of the pattern. So that's one continuous line. Same thing on this one. Now this angle here will not be cut right now. What I'll do is, as I'm cutting these lines, this will be one of these lines. This angle will simply be one of these lines over here, and wherever it starts at that point and goes down, that's my cut. What I've got to do now to transfer that over is use this compass here as a divider. I'm going to go from where this bottom line intersects the stop line and then go up. Just measure that and transfer that to the other side, which is right there. So this line comes straight across, right there at that dot. Extend that line. There's my master lines, there's my outline. Cut that in. I'm ready to start the finishing. And I get rid of all the smudge marks and all the extra pencil marks that I put on there. Those little scratches I put in there are enough for me to tell what I've got to do and where I've got to go. Now I have this thing ready to finish, but I've got to age it. See this original refinished, reconditioned piece, I've left like that gouge, that scratch right there. You can't sand that out, it's too deep. Got a hole right there, a little hole, a ding, got another couple of dings up here on the front. They're just too deep. If you start sanding those out, pretty soon you don't have a forearm left because they're just too deep. So that just adds age. And this is original. This is 100 and, I don't know, 10, 15 years old. This thing was made in the 19-teens probably. So this is a new piece of wood. Now I've got to make this look like this, both in color, the style of, I've tried to reproduce and replicate this to the original as much as I can, but I got to add some age here. And the only way to add age like that is to hit it with something. Now that right there could happen anywhere you want to hit that. I mean, that could be a barbed wire fence, it could be a rock. That right there is probably, I don't know, we can call that maybe a sharp smack against a building or something, but this, you don't want to use this the whole time. So you got to use something else, like maybe a ding up here, right up here on the front end of it. We'll put us a little skint place right about there. Oh, that's baby. That's money. Look at that. That looks like it's been there 85 years, right? Okay. So now you got to have, say, a good scratch against some concrete. Where are you going to hit concrete? Right here on this edge. Right there. Now see, that's a nice little scuff mark. That could happen. You know, when you drop that thing, just boom on the ground, you're going to end up with a skint place right there on the back of it. And you just leave that there. See, that's what will make it look old. And you take another hammer with a head that's kind of banged up, like this little brass hammer. And you come up here on the front corner where that would hit. I mean, that's just sticking out like a man with a big nose, right? So you put you a ding right there, and then you try to sand that out. We need another one back over here, right on the very top. Yeah, that's good. Now let's see what else we got here. That just something that's laying around that we could add a ding with. The top edge of this chisel here, that'll work. We're going to put a ding right back here on this. Yeah, yep. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, now we put about 50 years on that gun, but this thing's older than that, so we need to keep adding some more dings. Let's put one about right there. Oh, that made somebody cry. That, We'll sand that out. We got to put another one just like it about right. Yeah, that happened about the same time. You see, you can put a date on that. So then we take and sand these back out. See, that's there, but we don't like it there, so we're going to sand on it a little bit and try to get rid of it, because that's not nice to have a gun with dings all over it. So we're going to smooth them out, just like someone tried. They didn't really do a very good job, but they tried to kind of cover that up a little bit, kind of hide that. You know, Grandpa paid a lot for this gun, so we don't want to have dings in it, so we're going to try to clean them up. Oh, we need one right there. Need one right there. We'll just take the bottom of this chisel and just put one right there. Perfect. All right, then we're going to sand that out. You're starting to get the drift of this, right? It's just places that stick out that would have gotten probably smacked in the last few years, few decades. century. All right, now we're going to put some. We're going to darken this. Now this is probably not American black walnut. It's probably some sort of European. I don't think it's French walnut. It's too light for that, but it may be. I don't know. They had several different varieties of things they used over there, but it was definitely made in Europe. They probably wouldn't have exported black walnut trees to Europe to do this, but it's got a black look. It's got a very dark brown. It's not a reddish brown. It's not a yellowish brown. It's a dark, like a blackish brown. So I'm going to try to imitate that. The first thing I'm going to do is this.